everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new speed build, this time doing a little A-frame starter home. And I say starter home, it's actually quite expensive, it's 46,000 simoleons, but if you downloaded this unfurnished, it would definitely come in under budget. So this is a little one bed, one bathroom build, built on a 20 by 20 lot in Sulani, and like I say, comes in at around about 45,000 simoleons. So initially I was going to actually do like a little tiny home or a micro home, but the really frustrating thing at the minute is that the floor tiles, if you add any kind of decking around the build, it counts as, you know, livable space. So you literally are quite restricted when it comes to doing the tiny builds as far as like doing decking and things like that. So I didn't really want to do any restrictions. I just wanted to do like a free build and just see what I could come up with. So this is just like a normal residential lot, but it is quite a small home. In actual fact, the floor plan on this was quite tricky in the sense that there was that many windows and doors surrounding the outside of the build that it was quite a restriction on the inside as to how you could build the rooms. So I ended up doing something a little bit sneaky, and I included the downstairs toilet and sink in part of the roofing, and in another part of the roofing I actually put the shower cubicle, but it works. So they're separate, but it does work and everything's in there. So I was quite happy with it in the end. It's a little bit quirky, but you do get those quirky homes sometimes, and I'm just going to say that this is going to be one of them. So I finally got the build done, and then it came to doing the outside, and I think this is where I was kind of sort of torn between doing the decking and making it a small tiny house. I wasn't really sure which one I was going for, and in the end it took me absolutely ages to make a decision. So the outside of this build I was faffing around with for ages. Now luckily I've managed to cut quite a lot of that out, but the outside of this changed so much, and look at how much space there is. That's right, next to none. So I wasted a whole load of time really for nothing. But I was happy with the way that it looked in the end, and I suppose that's the most important thing. So this must be like the fourth attempt at carrying on this voiceover. And there's some guy on a motorbike outside who just seems to be like using the road like it's a raceway. And I swear I'm ready to fling these windows open and say, will you just shut up? At least for the next like 9.5 minutes. Thanks. But no, I better not. But if you can hear any kind of motorbike noise in the background, I apologise, but I have got to get this voiceover done. So, sorry. But yeah, I think this is like the third A-frame style home I've built, and I think I've built every single one in Sulani. And I think it's because I kind of see Sulani as a tropical world, and I think this style of home I associate with like tropical destinations, or at least that's what I'm putting it down to, because every single time I think, ooh, I've not done an A-frame style home in a while, I just automatically come to this world. But I do think they suit this world really well, depending on obviously what they look like. They look great anywhere. In fact, I think Granite Falls would be another nice place to put them as well, you know, like sort of a log cabin kind of by the lake type home. I think that would be pretty cool. But I really love this world, and I love these styles of homes, so it was really nice to do an A-frame home for a change, because it's been such a long time. But in this particular section, what I decided to do was I really made use of the roofing space. So in this particular half of the roof where it comes down, I decided to change the roof into a glass roof and create an indoor garden area, because when I'm actually playing the game, I really like doing gardening. I just don't know why, because I hate it in real life. I do it and it's like a chore, but in The Sims, it's absolutely fantastic. And I love it. But now we've got seasons, it's like every single time I come to sort my plants out, you know, they need to be in a sheltered space. So I thought, if I build some indoor planters and kind of make that into a glass roof, then, you know, you've got your own like indoor little greenhouse, which I thought was quite sweet. I did something quite similar with an off-the-grid build I did a while back, where I used kind of like a slanted roof to create an indoor greenhouse. And it worked pretty well. The only thing is that because the roof is slanted, the very back spaces of the planters can't be used because the sim can't gain access. So I've kind of, I don't think I include it in this, but I did actually put some like false planters over the back so that the sim can't actually, it's like a decorative item over it, so you can just use, I think you get 8 spaces in total, but it's kind of handy and I quite like the design and the idea behind it. And then in the other side, on both of the sides, at the side of the other section of house, is where I put a downstairs toilet and sink, and I also put a shower in the other side. And I did actually play test these as well, just to make sure that they were working and everything was functional. And I was like, yes! Because when I come to do the floor plan and I saw how many doors and windows there were around, it does make it quite tricky to kind of figure out the floor plan. So it worked in my favour. So that's that. But it's definitely different, but it works, and that's the main thing. So I'd say the build on the whole is quite simple. It's not got anything more than what you'd expect from a starter, really, just because there was quite a limited space on the outside. But I did manage to put in like this seating area, some little sunbeds. You've got to have sunbeds if you're in Sulani. And I also did like an outdoor barbecue area, and you know, I think that was pretty much it. But there is still space to put some activities and skill building items if you wanted to add anything else on the outside. I think, oh my gosh, I don't know if you just heard that then. I know you'll be able to hear it if you play that back, but my stomach has just rumbled the loudest noise I think I have ever heard. I have literally started back on my healthy eating today, and my stomach's like, I am not happy. What is going on? So yeah, I apologise for that. But anyway, moving back on to the interior, I'm actually working on the master bedroom now. And yeah, like I say, I played around this interior a lot, and the floor plan. Initially, I think I made this into quite a small master bedroom, and then it had a sort of an ensuite bathroom just off it. But it made it quite difficult to squeeze a double bed in, and I thought I don't really want to do a single bed because this isn't a tiny home. It needs to have at least a double bed in it and like a good size master bedroom. So that's why I ended up like messing around with the bathrooms in the roof and all that malarkey. But it kind of worked out in the end, and it was actually quite a nice size house. I think once you include the fact that it's got like this indoor garden area as well with planters, and it's got some nice outdoor space and decking, it's not actually a bad size starter. But I do think if you downloaded it from the gallery, it would be a lot cheaper if you obviously downloaded it unfurnished. I can't imagine the shell actually costing that much in total. It's just more the items, if anything else, and the plants and things like that. So this morning I managed to catch up actually on a load of comments, and I just want to say as well, I apologise if I haven't caught your comment at all, because I always try to reply to everybody, but it seems that some comments have been missed out, and I've only noticed them after going back on a couple of videos, so I apologise for that. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. But I was actually going through my comments this morning, and I was having such a giggle. Honestly, you guys completely crack me up. And one of the comments was in response to me talking about being in Tesco's and not wanting this guy to like cough in my face, like in my mouth. So I held my breath and did like a 180 and ran off. And he was saying like, maybe you should get like a mask for next time you go shopping. Well, you know what? I've been reading the news, and I didn't realise how bad this coronavirus has actually gotten. On a serious note, I'm thinking like, should I actually be considering this now, because my immune system is rubbish. For anyone who's been here for ages, you'll know that I catch absolutely everything. If I'm not catching something, I've got some sort of allergy to something else. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like maybe I might have to do some home shopping, like some online shopping instead. Oh, I'm scared. But yes, that aside, my weekend was quite uneventful, really. I didn't actually do a lot. I just did a lot of simming. Well, I say I didn't do a lot. I actually did a lot this weekend. I did a lot of stuff for The Sims this weekend. I was so proud of myself. In fact, I actually read another message this morning that was saying how I'm spoiling everyone since I've been back. And I was thinking, I'm just waiting for people to be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm done. I'm done. Stop uploading. Like, it's overload, because I think this is the most I've ever uploaded in 1 week. But I'm enjoying myself, and I think you've got to you've got to get on with it whilst you're enjoying it. You've got to embrace it. So yeah, I apologise if I'm flooding your subscription boxes. But yes, I am just finishing off the interior now, and to be honest, once I'd actually got the build done, everything else just seemed to flow quite easily. I think furnishing small houses is just really easy, you know. I don't find furnishing hard. It's just I probably don't experiment as much as I should with objects and stuff, but I think that's because I love doing the outside more than I love doing the inside. But I still like making the inside nice, and I still make an effort with it. You know, I always make sure each one of my rooms is looking as good as it can be. So, yeah, the inside of this was quite straightforward, and it was just nice to have this kind of open plan kitchen and living area. And I think it's a really good size for a single sim or even two sims. But I enjoyed making this one. But yes, lots of nice earthy tones. We know how much I love my earthy tones. But I did like using these pops of yellow as well, because obviously it's a tropical location, so we get to use lots of nice, bright, beautiful colours. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, it would be amazing to have you on board. But I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Take care. Bye.